Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video, which is going to be a get ready with me with this look using the Mulac Cosmetics Callee Palette, which you guys asked me to show you when I hauled it recently, and one of the new Nabla Cosmetics lipsticks. I thought I'd throw them all in together and create this look. I am going off to work after this, so this is just what you will see me walk around on a regular basis. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel not to miss all future videos. And let's get started with this get ready with me. Hey guys, we are starting with my eyes. I am starting with priming my eyelids with my Photo Focus Primer by Wet n Wild. This is at its last leg, finally. Even though I bet I can go another month with it before it is actually finished. This is part of my project plan for like, I don't know, 2 years by now, or at least a year. 2 years now, 1 year, I guess. And then I'm gonna start my look by setting my primer with Coconut Milk by Nabla Cosmetics. This is just a skin-toned matte eyeshadow, and that will help me blend in the crease. I never really apply or set my primer on my lid because I don't need to blend there usually, but I do set the crease and the outer corner so that my matte eyeshadows work well. And now we can go in with the Callee Palette by Mulac Cosmetics. I'm starting with the shade Fiction right here, this burnt orange, and applying that in the crease with a small-ish brush. It's not a huge blending brush, but it helps me apply it in a more controlled way. And you can see the eyeshadow is super pigmented and really, really beautiful. I apply it and then gently start blending it out. Because this palette has a little bit of a limited range of colors, well, it's only 6 eyeshadows after all, I don't have another transition shade, so I want to show you how you can actually just gently blend it out. It takes a little bit more work than just having multiple eyeshadows of the same family to make a gradient, and that is my preferred way in general. I'm taking then a clean brush. This is from Nabla, the Precision Shader, and just blending out the edges. And you can see how this brush does an incredible job at blending the edges. I was really, really surprised when I used this for the first time about how well it does. I do not like to apply eyeshadow with this because it disappears too much, but it's good for when you have eyeshadow on your eye and you want to really blend it out. I'm gonna add some more and repeat this process until I am happy with the blend in the crease. Just applying the color and then blending it out. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Clyde here, this green, and apply it to my outer corner. And I don't think you can actually create a non-dramatic look with this palette, in the sense that the mattes are both quite pigmented and dark. Of course, you can use just one of the shimmers or the glitters on your eyes, but that's then using only one eyeshadow. And that's also partially the reason why I wanted this palette, is because the mattes were so deep and dramatic and beautiful, because that's what I like to use in my eyeshadow looks anyways. And you can see how nicely this applies and blends. It is very deep and it stays put. If you remember when I did my review of the We Makeup eyeshadows, that teal, matte green teal that we had in that palette there was awful. And this is how I want my greens to apply, not like that one before. So I really like this. I'm gonna go back in with that crease shade because we lost it a little bit. And you know how there's this meme about eyeliners that you start small and you make it big, and for me it's my blending. I start with a small shape of eyeshadow and then it just gets bigger and bigger, and then I get with a really, really big dramatic eye, which I don't mind for the least, but yeah, that's what happens to me all the time. And this is quite a simple way to get a really dramatic eye look. I am taking, also from Mulac, this pan here. This is a glitter base. It's called Elixir, and this is in one of their glitter palettes that I purchased, but they also sell it individually. And with my finger, I'm gonna heat it up or warm it up and then apply it on my eye. And this will give me a little bit more, let's say, grip to my eyeshadows. It's a little bit like a liquid glitter glue. And then I'm gonna go in with the gold shade in the palette, which is called Bound, and a brush, and then apply it. And look at that foil. It is a really, really interesting texture, this glitter base. It is waxy, it's not liquid, but it is really, really pretty. Now I want to show you something. I'm happy with the intensity on the lid of this shade. However, you can see that here it's not a very sharp line. And I don't like doing cut creases too much. It's a lot of work. You have to put concealer and make sure it's very precise. But if you take an eyeshadow, I have now eyeshadow on my brush and I will wet it. And then I am going to apply it to my lid, and what you achieve, it's pretty much a cut crease without having to use a concealer. How cool was that? I don't know, I've always done it this way, and then everybody was doing cut creases and I couldn't understand. Yes, it's much more precise, but on a daily basis, do you actually need it? Probably not. I am gonna take a little bit more of that glitter base and apply it on top of this shade. Just a little bit, because I want to apply a glitter on top, of course. And I am going to take this glitter here, which is Impact, on my finger and then pat it on. And this glitter is quite interesting in the sense that in the pan, it looks like it has a green shift. But on the eyes, it definitely turns out orange. But the Mulac glitters I really, really like. I like that they're pressed, first of all. They're not that flaky in the sense that they don't make a mess of your eyeshadow palette. And they apply really beautifully. I hope you can see. On my finger, I have an even prettier shade. I'm gonna finish the other eye and come back for the rest of the face and lower lash line and everything. Okay, we're back with both eyes done. I'm going in with foundation. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. It's in my project pan. I'm trying to finish it. It's infinite. I don't know if I'll ever manage to finish it. And I'm using my Morphe Sponge. This is also on its last leg. I cleaned it and there's a hard bit that I cannot get out, as if it was caked up makeup inside the sponge, but I cannot get it out by washing it. So yeah, might be the last few times that I use this. And then I might try for the first time a real beauty blender. How about that? I got one at Black Friday when it was on sale on Beauty Bay, and I haven't tried it yet. I was cleaning up the fallout from these glitters, and there's not a lot. Because of the base and the fact that I pressed it up with my fingers, there's not a lot of fallout. But the one thing that indeed I don't like about these is the fact that I haven't found a brush that actually applies them well, or how I want them to be. So that picks up enough product and applies them properly. So I have to use my finger, and that means that the application is not very precise. So I get it a little bit everywhere, glitter a little bit everywhere. For concealer, I'm also using a project pan product, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I love this. It's so much lighter than anything I've used recently. So I'm really happy about rediscovering this one. It is a really, really good concealer, and it's very, very affordable. So I prefer it to the Nabla one, for example, that I used the last, I just don't like very, very thick concealers. That's also what happened when I tried Tarte Shape Tape for the first time when I was in the US 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I just didn't like it. It was so heavy on my skin. It was ridiculous. I really, really did not like that. So I returned it immediately. It was just really not nice. Dang it, I forgot my primer. I'm still trying to go through the Skin Base by MAC. Forgot about it. I keep forgetting it every day. It's just not one critical step of my routine, so I always forget about it. For powder, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me powder and dusting it all over. Now that my face is done, I can go on to finish the eyes. This is a Kiko Free Soul eyeliner in the shade 04, and I'm gonna apply that both on the upper and on the lower lash line. These Kiko limited edition eyeliners are really, really good, and they redo the same shades over and over again. So you're gonna be able to find these eventually. With a little smudger brush, I'm gonna smudge this all over. The faces that I pull when I have to do my lower lash line. Then I'm taking a little pencil liner and the green shade in the palette, which is called Glide, and running that on the lower lash line as well to meet with the upper one. And then a clean brush to blend that out. For my inner lower lash line, I want to use this pink right here, which is called Proof, from the Callee palette, and applying it just there to give it a little bit of an interesting twist. I never use this pink because I don't use pink all over my lash or my lid, but I think it's so pretty if you just give it a little pop right there, just for something different. Then for my inner corner, I'm gonna put a base of that gold that we used, but then I will go in with some highlight because otherwise I don't have a highlight in my inner corner. To continue with the face, I'm using my Jouer bronzer, and I have the medium to dark to deep, medium to deep shade, and it's perfect for me. I didn't want to take the light one because I was afraid it would be too light, and if there's one thing I don't like is light bronzers. So this one is great. I am using the lighter of the two shades, and then in summer I still have a darker one if I want to go deeper with my bronzer. And this looks really, really pretty. For highlight, I'm using Nabla Savage or Sauvage, or I don't know how you want to call it, just to keep it in an Italian brand mood. It's a really pretty warm highlighter. I really like it. It's the right depth of gold that is not too dark for me. And for blush, MAC Copper Tone, which is one of my blushes that I pulled for my Shop My Stash this month. I've been really enjoying these MAC blushes, and what I like to do is actually pull the blush up quite high to my temples and the back of my face. I don't know why. It's maybe too much to go out to work, but I don't mind too much. I am gonna go to work with this look today, if you guys were wondering, but that's kind of normal for me. It's not really more than usual. Maybe the glitter is more than usual, but even that has not been news for my colleagues. Now that all my powders are done, I'm gonna go and do mascara. Because it's a normal day, I'm not gonna do false lashes because I don't go to work with false lashes. So I'm gonna apply first my Maybelline Lash Sensational Primer, which is my everyday staple for quite a while now. I have been really liking it. I was using a different one before, but this drugstore one is definitely worth it. It's one of these white lash primers. And after that I go with my current mascara. This is Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. It has a really fat wand, which isn't my favorite. It definitely gives volume, but it doesn't really lengthen my lashes a lot or separate them. But it's okay. I have this mission now to just finish all of the samples of mascaras that I have in my drawers, because either in boxes or as gift with purchase, I got a lot of them, and I don't use mini mascaras, but it's not like I'm gonna save them to travel because whatever, I have something in my eye. I'm also gonna go do my brow mascara. This is the Colourpop Brow Gel, trying to finish it. It was from when it first launched that they only had the translucent version or the transparent version. Now they have colored ones as well, which is really interesting. But I'm trying to finish this one first. Oh, and of course I had done my brows off camera, just because it takes forever and you guys have seen it infinite times. On my lips, I want to show you one of the new Nabla lipsticks. This is Platonic Love, and it is one of their bouncy matte lipsticks. These come in 3 different new finishes, and this is a very unique shade that I don't have in any other brand or formula. And my lips are going through a hard time. I'm having some allergic reaction around it. That's why the edge is not really nice and sharp. But I had moisturized them before with Lanolips, and now they're just a little tacky, but almost you can't feel it. So I want to show you how this looks applied, because the texture is really special and strange. And here it is. It is extremely dry to apply, very difficult. It tugs a lot, and it doesn't slide on your lips. So this is very hard and not much moves. On the other hand, it's very lightweight on the lips. You can feel you have something, but it's not extremely matte, if that makes sense. And the color is just gorgeous. It's a little bit of a pinky red, but it's warm, and I think it looks gorgeous. A very interesting texture though. So here is the close-up of the finished look using the Mulac Cosmetics Callee Palette on the eyes, which you guys asked me about, so I'm glad to have showed you this, and one of the new Nabla lipsticks. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. I am off to physio and then work, and I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!